Here's the plan. You can see we're in the top right hand corner of that. We're going to fly northwest up to San Fernando, which is the top airport there, only about 10 miles away I think, and then come down south to Ezeiza, where I've done my flight plan too. Then we'll head back east to the coast and land where we started, so basically do a counterclockwise circle touching on those other two airports. Okie dokie. Let's, now, ATC, I think the voice command should work now. But we've got nothing to say. Okay. We've had some lights in this cockpit. Going to work for me? Not at the moment. Okay. That's alright. Now, parking brake. He's not mapped to my hot as. I'll use this one. Now taking off to the southeast. Need a fair bit of rudder there to hold it straight. That's okay. We'll get used to it. Right, crank it up. 90 knots by the sound of it. Whoop. Gently, gently. And what a rough takeoff. Wow. Gear up. He's travelling. Now, see if this works. Mike India Golf 1. Mike India Golf 1. Oops. Oh yeah, it worked. Yay, yay. It worked, okay. Wow, there's a lot of buildings here in Buenos Aires. Put the flaps up. Gear is up. Shuttle back, trim up. Then we're going to turn around and come back up this lovely coast. As soon as I get everything squared away. Looks pretty gorgeous. Kind of a bit of a cloudy day. That's okay, we took real weather. And I believe there's some other people flying around at the moment too. Oil refinery down there. I mean, this also is a ground attacking aircraft, so we should be practicing strafing runs at every opportunity, I believe. It's great. Just awesome. Wow. Okie dokie. Let's go back up the coast. We took off just in there somewhere. Now let's just a quick peek at the GPS map. Yeah, we've got a ways to go. There's kind of a river delta I noticed at the north end of the city, rather large city. And the airport we're after is not too far before that. In fact, I think, well, I can see an airport at about, 11 o'clock. And boy, I can see some air traffic. 1 o'clock high and about 12 o'clock high. Panel lighting is working now. Looks great. Keep going. Certainly lots of fantastic scenery here. And there's about a dozen airports in this city. So lots going on. The runway down here about 500 feet. Out of everybody's way. That is a big city. And lots of buildings. Look at the beautiful park. Wow. Beautiful waterfront. Just swing out a bit, get a better look at it. Nice. So while I'm looking there, I've got the great thing about having this, so my virtual cockpit's way off the screen, but I can still see my physical cockpit here. So I can just see my vertical speed and my altitude very clearly out of the corner of my eye. And these two instruments here, keeping me pretty safe as I lollygag about the, you know, the scenery. Okay, now I reckon if we pull up, we'll see that river delta appearing to our left. And that other airport, yep, it's about 10 o'clock, I think I can see it. My plan kind of works. Follow this river up a little bit. Wow, look at these streets. And they're boats either. I thought they were boats. All the waterways in there. Wow. Like the Gold Coast in Australia. Incredible. Lots of boats. And there should be an airport. I can see an airport way out there to 10 o'clock, but the one after is closer, I think. Should be right. So I want to try to do a flyover. Should be round about here. There it is. Yeah, I can see some aircraft navigation lights flashing. Okay, let's just fly down the runway. Even the courtesy, look at the buildings, so many buildings. The courtesy of a radio call. But I think maybe there's no tower here anyway. There it is. We found it. It's awesome. Aircraft at 10 o'clock. So we can clearly see their navigation lights, which is great. Okay, now I think I said we've got to turn pretty much south. In fact, slightly southeast to get to that third airport. Let's go about heading 160, 165 around there. Climb a bit. Speed up, that'll help. Very slight stutter there, but of course this scenery is coming all the way from South America, so. And boy, these stutters are rare. So rare compared to other sims I fly where all the scenery is cached locally. You get a lot more stutters. Okay, let's climb a bit so we can see this airport. Check our map. It's a fair way down. Jeez, it's a big town. It's bigger than some of those countries we flew over in the previous missions. I'm getting rather slow too. Let's rectify that. And check that map again. Pretty much head due south now. There is an airport there at 1 o'clock, but it's not the one we're after. You can see aircraft flying around it. So I can see 3 of them coming to land, I think. 4. Wow. That's a bonus. What is that airport? It's SAD something. See, there's a rather large runway down there. Well, there's another one in that direction. Like I said, there's about 12 around this city. Yeah, so there's one right here, and there's one just over there. Well, let's this one's SADM. Let's buzz that on our way down to our ultimate destination. Hope we don't upset anybody. Should just tell everybody where we are. I can't resist it. I'm going to try to formate on this guy. I reckon they're all doing left-handed circuit approach to this runway, I think. Mike India Golf 1. Oh, the radio's working. It'd be great if I can actually formate on this guy. Mike India Golf 1. Not that. That. Okay, see the radio mucked me up. And I blew right past that guy. Should have just ignored the radio. Now let's see if we can get close to this guy. Well, we're going to go blow right past him. He's landing. It's very cool though. Very cool. Now, I'm going to make sure we don't stall. Okay, I really need to get a spoiler indicator. And there's the one on the... Not that I can see. Okay. Okay, just watching the airspeed tells me the air brake is now in. Okay, let's peel off to the right, because we're going to run over time on this mission otherwise. Head south to the third airport. We'll watch these two guys land out our right hand side window. Are they landing? One is. Can we zoom in? Oh no, he's just flying across underneath us. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's right, so I've got to go slightly southeast. I can see it. I can see the runway landing lights right there in the gap in the canopy below the rail. That's it for sure. Could do a touch and go at it. Press touch and go. Okay, fly straight in. It's cleared to do a touch and go. Still somebody on the runway, I think. Okay, let's get it squared away. Gear down. Make sure it really travels down this time, flaps down. We've got gear travel, we do. It'll probably give me a go around since the other guy's still on the runway, but what the heck? Wouldn't want to leave there. Pretty damn noisy. Some guy's still on the runway, but anyway. Yeah, I knew we'd get a go around. Yeah, we'll still do our touch and go. Touch. and go. Gear up, flaps up. Can't see the other aircraft. Oh, there he is. He's exiting the runway now. Or he's just sitting there like a goofball. Okay. Speaking of goofballs, I'm sure we've gone way over our 15 minutes. Let's head back to the coast. Head due east and then north to land where we took off from. Let's just head up the main road here. Is it a railway line? I think it's a railway line. Wow, so many houses. Yeah, it looks like a railway line. Very cool. Quite a flat city. You can quickly get up to 400 knots in this. Okay, you can see the coast coming up. Let's check our little map. Yep, let's head slightly northeast to expedite things. Get a great sensation of speed in this thing. Okay, the coast. That guy's still sitting on the runway. I reckon he's got out of the aircraft and just left it sitting there. That's quite annoying for people to a roll. And that nearly went badly. Since we've got a moment till we get back to the airport, I'll try one at more sensible altitude. There we go. And yeah, I mean, I haven't done any rolls in this thing since I recalibrated all the controls, but boy, that's just beautifully controllable now. Look at that, hands free. Hands free, full left deflection. Could probably make it go faster if you wanted to, but I'm real happy with that. And it feels just great. Now, we are nearly home. Let's call in. Cancel landing intentions. He didn't. I think that's our spot up there. And what was the name? Jorge Newbery. Turn tower. What'd she say? Left downwind runway 13. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, this is it. Here. Of course, I could be mistaken, but it's pointing in the right direction, so let's do it. Push the seat forward a little bit more so I don't keep getting my head stuck in that webbing over there. I'll just lean a bit more. I like to be a bit active in the cockpit and the exercise I get. Right. That's where we want to land. Mike India Golf 1. Channel 1. Copy 1. Yeah, it's just, I reckon it's sending the commands to the Microsoft Flight Simulator window, but not the ATC window. I did tell it to send it to the active window. Anyway, that's Techo stuff. We'll do that later. Outside of the fun flight. Okay. Watch the speed. Gear down. Oops. Was going down. Was going down. That's it. Flaps down. Let's get this thing turned around. Need more power for a steep turn like that. Even more actually. And there we go. Wow, it's so picturesque. It's like midday local time. It's just a gloomy kind of day. Very nice though. Just going to make sure it's the right airport. Yeah. Copy that. Okay, now we're nice and slow. Flaps and gear down. Now trim it up a bit. We're descending. We're a bit high, I think. I don't think those landing. Oh yeah, they're working. I was high. Okay. See if we can just. Oh, a bit of a bounce, bit of a bounce. Yeah, I will once I get this thing under control again. I've got to jam those brakes on now because I'm in the grass again. And the mud. Roger. Yeah. Okay, that was rough. My excuse is I'm not used to my recalibrated rudders, which actually, yeah, they're calibrated nicely actually. I might just park here next to this chap. Wheel brake, parking brake on, same thing. And let's go into the electricals, panel lights. Yep. Off. Electricals off. and fuel cut.